Alright folks, our story starts at a cafe where the vibes are chill and everyone's minding their own business. Suddenly someone screams, "Crazy bad." That's our MC, Jaehan, freaking out. "You want me to be a meat shield?" The other guy, chill as ever, adjusts his glasses. "Come on bro, you're broke, right?" Jaehan finally gets it. "Man, so that's the only reason they're bringing me on this raid." This is Jung Wooman, Jaehan's friend and a broker for guildless raiders like Jaehan. When Wooman called, Jaehyun thought it was his big break. But turns out, Wooman wants him to be a frontliner in an undead dungeon. Seriously? Disposable meat shield? Why is this the only job our boy can find? Wooman just gives him the pity stare. "You already know why, bro?" Yup, it was because he was a martial arts raider. Wooman doesn't sugarcoat things. Martial artists get the job done slower, get hurt a lot on the job, and nobody wants that liability. Mages, on the other hand, chill in the back and sling spells. Martial artists are frontlining, getting all the damage. It's basic math. Yeah, mages totally win the meta right now. Jaehyun knows this pain all too well. He's like, why didn't I just pick mage class back then? 11 years ago, high school. Jaehyun aced his awakened aptitude test and chose the prestigious Milis Academy. Magic aptitude? A ridiculous 97%. That was higher than Soina, a top-tier mage with a mere 92%. Martial arts was a sad 34%. Yet, he still chose it. Why, you ask? No deep reason. Back then, mages were totally cringe, like actual bottom tier, and martial artists were the goats. Mages were just support characters, needing martial artists to carry them against even weak monsters. Now, it's literally a reverse card. He's wondering if he messed up big time. Raider growth stops when they turn 20. So, too late for regrets, I guess. Back to the present, Wooman's trying to sweet-talk him. "Bro, this is a rare op. I thought of you first." Jaehyun flashes back to when he was OP. Now, he's just a D-rank martial artist. Sag. Current life? It's not even close to his main character vision. After all that, he finally caves. "Fine, I'm in." No choice, really. To survive, you gotta take risks, even if it means being a meat shield. Wooman beams. "You're making the right call. 8 a.m. tomorrow, don't be late." Jaehyun narrows his eyes. "Wait, why are you showing up? Aren't you busy?" Wooman just gives a mysterious smile. "I've got business there too. See you tomorrow." Next day, raiders gather in a sunny forest, staring at a giant, glowing blue dungeon gate. Jaehyun's leaning against a tree, checking his phone. It's 8:52 a.m. He thinks, "Wooman, that dude is a no-show." He scopes out the other raiders, who look way more stacked. Maybe Wooman's better off with the real pros. Jaehyun's a D-rank martial artist. Wooman, an A-rank mage. Seriously, what's his deal? Bro could join any top guild, but he's here at an agency? Jaehyun's just confused. Suddenly, a dark memory hits him. A voice whispers, "Useless bastard." Yikes. Jaehyun snaps back to reality, his face going grim, staring into nothing. Lost in thought, a cheerful voice calls his name, pulling him back. It's Myungho, a fellow raider with full plate armor and good vibes. Myungho explains he's here because jobs are scarce, and this dangerous gig actually pays decent coin. Jaehyun just gives a sad, knowing smile. It's the harsh reality for them. Myungho gets heated, ranting about how martial artists get no respect. What's so great about shooting fireballs from the back anyway? Jaehyun can't believe his friend can still rant about this when he's starving out here. Myungho tries to lighten the mood, patting Jaehyun. "Drinks after the raid, my friend?" Jaehyun just quietly nods. "Yeah, sure, but I'm broke." Myungho reminds him that he already paid for drinks last time. Jaehyun just gives him a super awkward smile. Myungho lets out the most dramatic sigh ever. He finally gives in. "Alright, fine, I got you again, this one last time." Jaehyun thanks him big time, while internally thinking, what a softie. Their chat is cut short as a suited guy calls everyone to the dungeon entrance. He announces, 30 minutes until entry. The other meat shields look seriously grim. Not a good sign. Myungho and Jaehyun share a silent, heavy look. The vibes are off. With a sigh, Myungho heads off to gear up. Jaehyun leans against a tree, pulling out his phone. Standard pre-raid ritual. He muses about the 2 golden rules for any raider entering a dungeon. First rule, watch out for unexpected luck. It's often a trap. Treasure chest can make anyone drop their guard, getting them hyped for loot. When they lose their cool, that's when the dungeon really starts playing games. Is it a jackpot or a tragedy disguised as peak luck? The dungeon decides. Suddenly, Manhwa yells, "Yo, Jaehyun, what are you doing?" Myungho teases, asking if he's checking his girlfriend pic again. Classic pre-raid superstition, right? Jaehyun just smiles faintly. Nah, it's nothing. He looks at a photo of himself and his mom, thinking, "See you later, mom." The raid party gathers at the swirling blue dungeon gate, ready to dive in. Inside, it's a massive, creepy hall, lit by eerie green flames. Suddenly, a horde of gnarly zombies with glowing eyes charges at them. Absolute chaos. The party leader, a mage, screams frantically, Vanguards, shields up, hold formation. Yells at the terrified meat shields, stay in formation even if you die. A zombie grabs Jaehyun's shoulder. Then, the mages in the back start chanting, prepping some serious DPS. A huge fire vortex erupts from a mage's hand. Big boom inbound. The fireball slams into the front line, roasting zombies and meat shields. Yikes. Through the flames, Jaehyun spots another group of raiders chilling, totally unfazed. These are the Meteor Guild, an OP new mage guild that's been absolutely crushing it. Jaehyun, a bit crispy, watches them. Guess I'm not dying today, he thinks. What a mood. After the chaos, the party takes a much-needed break in a clear dungeon section. Young-ho lets out a massive sigh of relief. He's totally wiped. He sighs, only the boss left. Then he complains about getting old and not grinding enough when he was younger. Relatable. Jaehyun tries to hype him up. Bro, you've still got energy. You're higher level than me. Young-ho changes topics. Any good loot drops? Since this is an A-rank dungeon? Jaehyun shrugs, opening his system window to check his inventory. He scrolls, then his eyes widen. What's he seeing? Suddenly, his system window glitches out, pixels and static going crazy. Not good. Jaehyun clutches his head, grunting in pain. What just happened? He recovers, sweating and shaken. What the heck was that? Notification pops up. The Asura system is down. Talk about a bad update. Then another, connection lost. He's never seen a system crash like this before. It tries to reboot but fails. Restoring failed. Suddenly, small green light orbs start floating around him. A mysterious voice whispers, "Follow the light." Jaehyun gasps, totally freaked out by the weird voice. More alerts. Unknown existence detected. System trying to restore to safe mode. But nope, it fails. Restoring failed. He's wondering about this unknown existence and that strange voice. He murmurs to himself, "Follow the light, huh?" Young-ho hears him and looks concerned. "What did you just say?" Jaehyun quickly shakes his head, trying to play it cool. "Someone told me to follow the light?" Suddenly, dozens of shimmering green orbs pop up, floating all around him. More lights! The lights float through the dungeon, but nobody else sees them. Just Jaehyun. Jaehyun's totally bewildered. What even is this? Is this the light I need to follow? Young-ho snaps him out of it. "Jaehyun, you're acting kinda sus. You okay?" Jaehyun awkwardly tries to brush it off. "No, I'm fine." His mind races as the lights drift down a dark corridor. He's thinking, was I the only one who saw that? Clenches his jaw, making a snap decision. He has to check this out. He stands abruptly and walks off. Young-ho calls out, confused, but Jaehyun just says, "Back in a sec." What in the world is even happening right now? Jaehyun dives headfirst into the cavern, following those mysterious glowing orbs. Bro's got a one-track mind. Naturally, he tries to pull up his status window. No dice. System alerts pop up with the worst news. The Asura system is officially down. Yeah, still not working, he mutters. But then hold up, a different notification pops. It says a feature's busted, so the system's trying to reboot in safe mode. What the heck is even happening? He asks, totally bewildered. 17 years as an awakened, and this system has never glitched out like this. Wild. He instantly connects the dots, that mysterious voice and the system failure. He flashes back to the unknown form invasion error. The plot thickens. Then, the voice, "Follow the light," it said, just to him. Okay, so the Asura system is definitely undergoing some huge fundamental changes. So a quick lore drop for you guys. The Asura system, named after Asgardian gods, think Odin and Thor. It's basically humanity's last hope. Our final line of defense against total despair. This whole wild ride kicked off 20 years ago, in 2011. They call it the Year of Disaster. Picture this, a giant tree just appears in the Pacific Ocean, out of nowhere. Sprouted one morning, covered the entire sky in 9 days. No cap. Some folks thought it was the end times. Others, a divine blessing. Turns out this tree isn't just some random plant. It's Yggdrasil, the world tree from ancient myth. And once it fully grew, that's when the actual tragedies started. The world got hit with an unprecedented catastrophe, monsters everywhere. Half of humanity got bodied by monsters. Then half the survivors died from famine and plagues. Brutal. Amidst all this despair, one lone figure stepped up. A tiny spark of hope for humankind. Monsters charged. But this guy, he was different. This was the first awakened. A human with actual divine power. These superhumans, the ones who hunt monsters, are called raiders, and the Asura system is their ultimate weapon. Back to our boy Jaehyun. He's still pondering his glitched-out system. This feels sus. The orbs lead him to a massive, intricately carved stone door. Very fantasy RPG coded. No way. His shock instantly flips into a greedy grin. He found it. The freaking treasure gate. Treasure gates are basically super rare secret rooms in high-level dungeons. They're packed with legendary loot and rare materials. Just one item from here could net him hundreds of millions of won. Get an A-rank item or higher? Bro's done with his boring life forever? He closes his eyes for a quick prayer, then pushes the heavy doors open. Inside, not a cave. It's a breathtaking, otherworldly space. Floating platforms, cosmic sky, wild. He can't even. So the urban legends were true, he whispers. Right in the middle, on a pedestal, a single item radiates pure golden light. With a confident smile, he walks up, ready to claim his prize. He reaches out. His hand touches the blinding light. Boom! His system springs back to life. It's restored, and he just scored new equipment. Things are totally going to plan, he thinks, satisfied. System came back at the perfect time. He checks out his reward. A glowing, gear-like artifact. Looks like an eye. It's Odin's lost eye. A mythic ranked item. Seriously, the only mythic rank item in the entire world. Jae-hyun stares, jaw on the floor. This eye grants an EX rank skill absolute calculation. It analyzes and straight up destroys magic, plus instant rune magic casting and skill copying. Is this for real? He wonders. Like no cap. His mind races. S-rank items? They're the most valuable, selling for hundreds of millions. A magic item like this could fetch any price. But a mythic item? Bro, there's literally only one in the world. He gets it now. No more grinding, no more being looked down on, no more meat shield duty. His boring raider life is over. Period. He smirks. Since he's got it, might as well try it on. When else would he test a mythic tier item? A system window pops up with a stark warning. Equip it, and it's bound forever. He panics. Wait, no! Cancel it right now. He sighs in relief. Close call. Almost wasted an item worth hundreds of millions. What a fumble. He holds the glowing artifact. Why equip it? He can just sell this on the black market and be set for life. Easy. Plus, he's kinda done with dungeons, and being over 20 means he can't even level up anymore. So he wouldn't even use it to its full potential. Waste of stats. He remembers the system crashing earlier, an unprecedented anomaly, a total wild card. But honestly, he's so over these variables. Unexpected situations are just part of the raider grind. These surprises are always two things, fortune or misfortune. Time to head back. Back with the party, Moon-ho is trying to chill everyone out. Jae-hyun probably just hit the restroom. Chill, he says. Just as he says to wait, he spots Jae-hyun walking back. Oh, here he comes. The mage leader turns, calls out, hurry up, raid's about to restart. Jae-hyun gets scolded for going rogue. He bows, apologizes, promises to be careful. Myung-ho looks concerned, but Jae-hyun just keeps his back turned. Myung-ho puts a comforting hand on his shoulder. Jae-hyun brushes it off with a cheerful smile. It's nothing, bro. I'm good. He even offers to buy drinks tonight. Myung-ho is shook. As Jae-hyun walks off, Myung-ho watches, totally baffled. Did he finally lose it at 27? The moment his back is turned, that friendly expression vanishes, replaced by a cold, deadly, serious glare. He's cooking something. This is fine for now, he thinks. Dungeons are lawless. Anything can happen. Bragging about a legendary item here, that's basically asking for a permadeath. Finish the raid, sell the item. For now, just gotta avoid unwanted aggro. The mage gets everyone back into formation, ready to order the attack, when suddenly, a massive explosion erupts right in front of them. Jae-hyun gets caught in the blast, screaming as he's thrown violently backwards. He tumbles, totally confused. What the heck is even happening? Lying there, a thick purple fog starts creeping in, swirling around him. He looks up. Another raider is choking, gagging, consumed by the mist. It's poison fog. He'll die if he breathes too much. Gotta dip ASAP. Myung-ho rushes over, yelling the fog is dangerous. They need to leave. Now. Jae-hyun tries to warn everyone else, shouting for them to escape. Then, a gleaming silver blade slices through the purple haze. Right in front of him. The blade impales Myung-ho, who was literally right next to him. Jae-hyun looks down, stunned. Blood gushes. Jae-hyun screams his friend's name in pure horror. Myung-ho collapses. Jae-hyun catches him, face frozen in shock. His friend's last words, "You have to run." The explosions, the poison gas, this was all part of a plan. Jae-hyun flashes back, the faces of the fallen. Myung-ho's final moments burned into his memory. He's on his knees, head bowed, gasping, pure shock and despair. He realizes with horror, this wasn't monsters. This is a contracted dungeon murder. Their goal? Wipe out the Meteor Guild. Trying to escape now would be a total suicide run. Rage boils. He screams internally. Why is this happening? But he shakes it off. No time to panic. He mutters, remembering the mythic item he just found. He's not going down that easily. Then he hears it, a footstep in the darkness. Before he can react, a massive blazing arrow strike flies right at him. He brings his sword up just in time, grunting as the fiery attack explodes. Skidding back, Jae-hyun regains his footing. He stares into the smoke, trying to spot his attacker. A calm voice cuts through the chaos. "I knew you'd survive." Jae-hyun's eyes widen. He knows that voice. It's Wooman. The figure pulls back his hood, revealing the smirking face of the agency broker. Bro's a villain. Woman's smile widens. Didn't I tell you that I would come see you today? A powerful golden aura explodes around him, crackling with energy. Jaehyun glares back, clutching his bleeding arm. Was this all you're doing? You unleashed the poison fog and attacked the Meteor Guild? A chilling smirk plays on Woman's lips. Without hesitation, he confirms it all. Yes, that is right. Stunned by the casual confession, Jaehyun can only ask, why? Woman shrugs dismissively, because my client asked me to. He casually adds, besides, a lot of people dislike the Meteor Guild. Jaehyun realizes Woman is a dungeon assassin, a contractor hired to delete raiders where there are 0 witnesses. Talk about shady business, huh? It is a heinous crime, exploiting the lawless dungeons, leaving a bloody trail. Jaehyun grits his teeth in pure fury. This is messed up. But as he sizes up his opponent, a harsh reality hits him. Woman's aura is absolutely overwhelming. Woman is not just strong, he is an A-rank magician. That is like top 2% of geniuses in the entire nation. And Jaehyun, just a D rank. Middle low tier, basically nothing special. He figures he is not the target, he just needs to keep his mouth shut. But with the Asir system down, escaping is a 0% guarantee. It is a cowardly plan, but it is all he has, my friends. Images of his lost comrades flash through his mind. The friends he lost. He would love to avenge them, especially Myung-ho. But realistically, he knows he can do nothing. Stealing his resolve, Jaehyun prepares to offer his surrender. He offers, hey Woman, I am going to pretend I did not see anything today. But Woman stops him. Without warning, he launches a massive fiery bolt of energy straight at Jaehyun. Jaehyun throws himself aside, the blast just grazing his neck. A split second later, he would be dead. Woman's grin widens as he points a finger gun at Jaehyun. The Meteor Guild wasn't the only target. He unleashes another barrage of attacks, forcing Jaehyun on the defensive. Are you serious? Jaehyun desperately dodges, his mind racing. Why is he being targeted? He is just a D-rank raider. As Woman conjures more magic, Jaehyun frantically searches for a reason. Did he mess up? Who would want him gone? He racks his brain, pushing for an answer. Think, who could it be, my friend? Suddenly, a dark memory surfaces. A chilling voice from his past echoes in his mind. Useless fool. The voice continues its verbal assault. I do not even know why you were born. The realization hits him like a physical blow. A single horrified question forms on his lips. Is it my father? Woman, preparing another attack, stops dead in his tracks. He covers his mouth, trying to hold back a laugh. He cannot contain it. A small chuckle escapes, then another, until he is howling with laughter. Ah, really? He says, wiping a tear. You sure are quick to catch on. That is why I like you. The truth is confirmed. The hit on Jaehyun's life was ordered by his own father. What a guy. A memory flashes through Jaehyun's mind. A faded photograph of him and his mother, her face obscured by shadow. Bleeding and bruised, Jaehyun looks up at his attacker. Let me just ask you something. He remembers the chilling sight of his mother's body, covered by a white sheet on a cold metal table. He remembers collapsing in grief, unable to process the loss. His voice is cold, deadened by the horrific realization. 5 years ago in the winter, did that man also ask something similar of you? Woman's smug expression turns to genuine surprise. Ah, I did not think you would put it together. He actually looks impressed. How incredible. Jaehyun's eyes widen in sheer horror at the confirmation. The terrible truth sinks in. His own father had his mother killed. Woman shakes his head, finding the whole situation fascinating. I really do not understand it. How could a father, after asking it of his wife, now asks it of his son too? He conjures a swirling orb of destructive lightning magic, preparing to end it all. Isn't that just cruel? Don't you agree, bro? He unleashes the attack. A storm of golden energy constructs. So that is how it is. Goodbye. Jaehyun stands motionless, watching the lethal magic race towards him. He is completely silent, his expression unreadable. But then, a quiet hum begins. Suddenly, his system interface flashes to life. The Eye of Odin is activating within it. Woman pauses, tilting his head. Huh? Did you have something else to say? His smirk vanishes, replaced by wide-eyed shock. He senses an unbelievable surge of energy. A pillar of raw golden power erupts from Jaehyun, blasting everything around him. Woman cannot believe it. What is this? This magical power. The ground itself cracks and shatters under the sheer force of Jaehyun's aura. Jaehyun stands calmly in the heart of the storm, debris floating all around him. Woman realizes with dread that Jaehyun's power is still growing stronger. Something is not right, he thinks. I better finish this quickly. Getting serious, Woman declares, time to stop fooling around. Please die now. He unleashes his ultimate attack, a massive barrage of golden spears and lightning. But Jaehyun does not even flinch. He stands his ground as the attack barrels toward him. His left eye glows with a brilliant, divine golden light. The entire area is engulfed in a cataclysmic explosion of golden energy. When the smoke clears, Woman stares in absolute disbelief. Jaehyun is standing there completely unharmed, embers floating all around him. The system announces the inevitable, you have equipped the item Odin's Lost Eye. The item now belongs to the user. Jaehyun smiles. Too bad I can't sell you anymore. The window announces that a blank card is available to be used. In the background, Woman screams, that's impossible. My magic was scattered. Jaehyun takes a heavy step forward on the cracked, glowing ground. System notifications confirm Odin's Eye is active, and a blank card has been used. Time for some power-ups. With both eyes now glowing, Jaehyun makes a promise, I am going to kill you as painfully as possible. And just like that, the system announces active skill Blitz Chain has been copied. Jaehyun raises his hand and Woman's own signature lightning attack begins to form around him. Oh, the irony. Woman is floored. How are you using Blitz Chain? It is a skill that took me years to master. He grits his teeth. I don't know how you're using high-level magic, but don't think that's enough to take me on. Jaehyun just smiles. Well, I guess we will find out. Woman grunts, struggling to form his own attack as Jaehyun's magic surges forward. The two identical spells collide. Jaehyun easily overpowers Woman's, smashing his chains to pieces. Woman is thrown back by the force of the blast, desperately trying to shield himself. He quickly gathers magic in his hand, preparing a counterspell. A defensive magical vortex spins to life, trying to hold back the overwhelming assault. But Jaehyun's eye glows brighter as another skill activates. Active skill absolute calculation initiated. He sends out another chain that zeroes in on Woman. Tries to put up a defensive spell, but Jaehyun's glowing eye sees it all. Woman's defenses crumble, much to his shock. Before he can even react, another arrow is incoming. He knows there is no way to dodge this, and boom! The massive blast subsides, leaving Jaehyun standing alone amidst the dust and smoke. Woman lies on the ground, his glass is shattered, he is choking on his own blood. Barely clinging to life, he pathetically begs Jaehyun to spare him. But Jaehyun's face is pure ice. His glowing golden claw descends one last time. With the deed done, he stands over the body, asking himself, is it over? The broker who murdered his mother lies dead at his feet. Revenge achieved. A grim smile crosses Jaehyun's face just as his body gives out. He is completely out of stamina and mana. His thoughts drift. I finally obtained a mythic item and I die in vain like this. He thought today was his lucky day, but now he is faced with the one word every raider fears, death. He has come across it countless times. But to face it for real, it is just cold. As his consciousness fades, a system notification appears out of the blue. What is this now? Do you wish to proceed? It asks, and Jaehyun's eye flutters open. The system explains that if he accepts, he can choose a time period to return to. Wait, what? He cannot believe it. The system is giving him a chance to live. Unsure if this will lead to a happy or sad ending, he knows it is his only choice. With a faint, determined smile, he accepts. Sure, proceed. He thinks to himself, if this is the only choice I have right now, it cannot be helped. A red system alert flashes. New system Nornir is put into effect. A brilliant light envelops him, and 3 divine blindfolded women appear. Talk about an epic spawn animation. These are the Norns of fate. First Urther, the past. Then Verthendai, the present. And finally Skold, the future. Verthendai reaches out her hand, offering him a fresh start. Jaehyun takes it, accepting the blessings of the Norns. The system floods with alerts. He is now a great enemy of the High Aesir, plus 2 new passive skills unlocked. One who is observed by the gods and Supreme God's Eye. That is a major glow-up. Another warning flashes, half Aesir gods are observing you. Jaehyun gasps, jolting awake in a bed. He sits up, completely disoriented. He looks around the room, confused. What is with this situation? His eyes land on a framed photo on his desk. A picture of him with his mother. He stares at his own hands, clean and unscarred from battle. No more grinding marks. As a small orb of light appears between his palms, a system notification confirms his return to the past. In stunned silence, he can only wonder, am I dreaming right now? Memories of his mother's death flash before his eyes. Did he really come back? Then a vision of his father. Yes, this is a dream, he concludes. A dream I do not want to wake up from. And there she is, his mother, alive and well, smiling at him. Overwhelmed, he rushes forward and throws his arms around her. Holding his mom again, he closes his eyes, hoping to stay in this really long dream forever. Later, back in his room, Bro is having a panic attack. November 15th, 2020. Regression confirmed. Clutching his chest, he's totally disoriented. Is this actually happening? He looks around his old room. Then, a new quest notification pops up out of nowhere. A quest? The system's telling him to get his strength back. The reward? A blank card for a new skill. Interesting. He takes a sec to reboot, running through everything. First, his final battle against Jungwooman, a fight he definitely should not have walked away from. So why is he alive? The only answer, this new system. It brought him back to the past. After Yggdrasil, wild stuff like this, nah, he's seen it all. Bro is built different. His main takeaway, adapt and make decisions fast. Systems telling him this is 11 years ago, his 3rd year of middle school. Wild. Then, another pop-up, his new operating system, the Nornir system. Cool, I guess. He gets up, still feels like a dream, but whatever, time to get moving. He grabs a desk calendar from his shelf. A confident smile creeps onto his face. Circle date, application day for Mills Academy, and a note from his past self. PS go for martial arts. Grabs a pen. Crosses out that dusty old note with zero hesitation. Precious opportunity, he thinks. No way am I messing this up again. This time, I'm going full mage. Later during dinner, he's totally zoned out. A wave of feels hits him hard as he looks up from his food. His mom, across the table, is instantly worried. Is something bothering you, Jaehyun? She remembers him just bursting into tears and hugging her when she got home earlier. Super out of character for her usually chill son. Back in the present, she puts down her chopsticks, concern clear on her face. Jaehyun, what's up? He gives her a soft smile. Nah, nothing's wrong. Just had a super bad nightmare. That nightmare? It's the horrifying memory of her dead body, covered by a sheet. Brutal. He decides to spill it. Mom, I actually need to tell you something. She just smiles. Yeah, I kind of figured. She's thinking he's scared to enroll in Mila's academy. Being a raider is no joke, super dangerous and competitive. So she decides if he's not feeling it, she'll just send him to a normal school. But she's totally off. I'm thinking of changing my major to magic, actually. His mom starts to say, okay, then freezes. She's completely floored. Plot twist, much. He was so hyped for martial arts before, but she knows her son. He doesn't make decisions on a whim. She touches his cheek, asking if he's serious. He looks her in the eye, confirms he's thought about it for a minute. A warm smile. Okay, do your thing, she says. As long as he's happy, she's his #1 fan. Her unconditional support hits him hard. Tears well up. He wipes them away fast. Not now, bro, he thinks. Then, his father, Min Sung-oh, flashes into his mind. Gotta get super strong to avenge him. A while later, a notification pops up. Quest complete. Blank card acquired. He's been grinding hard, pushing his body. He lands perfectly. Quest done, reward secured. Everything's going according to plan. Wiping sweat, he thinks about the Nornir system. Still no clue what it fully is, but it's definitely useful. He's got future knowledge. Hidden pieces, secret ruins, all that sweet, sweet loot, it's all his. Shirt on, memory, sharp. Dungeon guide experience, on point. Major advantage. But the catch? All his skills are martial arts based. He leans back, low-key annoyed. Duh, his skills are martial arts focused. That was his old path, after all. He wonders if there's even a workaround for this. He pulls up his stats. Yep, reset. Back to his 16-year-old self. But hold up, his old passive skills are still there? And some new ones? Huh? System notification pops up. Explains it's thanks to his new skill, one who is observed by the gods. Bro, what a name. He checks the description. EX rank helps him grow via a god's blessing. Okay, flex. He reads the effects and his mind is blown. Old passives maintained, and all stats go up on level up? That's totally busted. So, the gods are watching. Dope. Time to check out his other skills. He's got Supreme God's Eye, another EX rank passive, and an A rank active skill, Blitz Chain. No clue what Supreme God's Eye does yet, but Blitz Chain? That's a solid skill for sure. Okay, 21 stat points to drop. As a mage, strength is mid, but dexterity for dodging, non-negotiable. Magic stat is obviously essential, but one stat, even more critical, endurance doesn't boost attack, but it's key for reducing fatigue. Means he can grind levels way longer. Massive advantage right there. Stats are set. Now the blank card. What skill to copy? That's the next challenge. Blitz Chain covers offense. Low mana pool means high rank magic is a waste. What he really needs is a healing skill. Remembers 2020. Mages were basically trash compared to martial artists back then. Straight up nerfed. Healers, though, total VIPs, treated like aristocrats, invaluable in raids, even in hospitals. Everyone respected them. A healing skill means no disrespect, period. But there's a catch. Awakened with healing skills? Super rare. Finding one is almost impossible. Copied Jungwoo Min's skill from Desperation last time. Can't waste these blank cards. The system won't just hand out broken items forever. He sighs, totally stuck. Then, his phone starts buzzing on the desk. He picks it up, his eyes go wide. The caller ID, Kim Yoo-jung. Flashback, his childhood best friend. They were inseparable, always together. She was actually the whole reason he wanted to be a raider and go to Mila's academy in the first place. Plot twist number 2, folks. But then, a dark memory. Her dying, covered in blood, him crying over her body. Horrific. He shakes his head, clenching his face. It's fine. I can change this. No, I have to change this. He checks his phone, flood of texts from her. She's freaking out about a seminar with Saintess Yu Sung-un. Wants him to go like yesterday. A sly smile. Oh right, this person. Saintess Yu Sung-un. Bro is cooking. Remembers her signature magic, the one that defines her. Sacrifice. That's it. No second thoughts needed. He's up, grabbing his jacket. Mission accepted. Mom, be right back, he calls, heading for the door. Outside, he texts Yu-jung fast. On my way. Meanwhile, in a fancy car, an assistant briefs the Saintess on her super packed schedule. The assistant, with a bandage on his nose, looks worried. Director, you look even worse. Are you actually okay? Saintess just smiles, super tired. It's fine, just a little exhausted. But her assistant knows the truth. You've been overworking for months. You know, sacrifice is... The assistant sighs. Her powerful healing skill, it's literally draining her life force. That's rough. Desperately wishes for another healer. Someone with a sacrifice-level skill to save her. But Yu Sung-un just smiles. You promised not to talk about that, Sunjae Oppa, she gently reminds him. She places her hand over his, a soft reassurance. His worry doesn't go away. He's terrified that at this rate, the director, the Saintess of Korea, might literally collapse any minute. Just when Sungjae's panic hits maximum overdrive, our story pivots to a bustling city street. Yu-jung is hyped, practically dragging Jae-hyun through the crowd. You're finally here. Let's go. Look at this crowd. She yells, clearly in a main character moment. Jae-hyun just looks annoyed. She's clearly overwhelmed, glancing around like she's about to get lost. Jae-hyun grins, calling her out. Be honest, you just asked me to come because you were afraid of getting lost, right? Flustered, she protests, telling him not to slander her good name. But instead of letting go, her grip on his sleeve only tightens. Classic. He teases her about her terrible sense of direction. She fires back that he should be thankful he gets to see the famous Yu Sang-yoon. Jae-hyun has to admit she's not wrong. His entire elaborate plan hinges on this. If he can just copy Yu Seung-gun's ultra-rare sacrifices skill, it'll be a massive boost for his future grind. Not only that, this could be his chance to forge the most powerful connection in all of Korea. Talk about networking. Yu-jung is practically sparkling with excitement, while Jae-hyun just sits there, unimpressed. Typical. This is an encouragement seminar hosted by the nation's greatest guildmaster Yu Seung-gun of the Lotus Guild. Basically, a big deal. Her motto is simple, saving the world and the people with healing magic. She's known as Saintess Yu Sang-gun, a top-grade healer famous across the entire world. Jae-hyun remembers that in this era, before raiders were common, she always put protecting others first. But he also knows the dark side of her story. A woman with tired yet elegant eyes steps up to the mic. Hello everyone, my name is Yu Sang-gun. The crowd, especially Yu-jung, goes wild, but Jae-hyun's face is a mask of stone, focused. He knows that in exactly 2 months she'll become critically ill during a dungeon raid in Itaewon, and the cause will be her own unique healing magic. There's only one way to cure her, and Jae-hyun plans to be the one to do it. Beside him, Yu-jung is screaming like a total fangirl, trying to get Seung-jun's attention. On stage, Seung-jun begins her speech, talking about the age of disaster brought on by Yggdrasil and all the monsters. She explains that even with raiders, the situation is still super dire, like really bad, folks. Only 20% of the awakened actually become raiders, while the death count is much higher. She speaks with passion, her voice cracking as she talks about all the innocent lives lost. Gripping the mic, she tells the crowd they need to have courage, a true hero's speech. Awakened all over the world, you can change this world with your courage. Please, become a raider. She bows deeply, begging them to make the world bright again and promising the Lotus Guild's full support. The speech concludes, leaving Yu-jung in tears, moved by Seung-jung's amazing words. Jae-hyun quietly agrees. Most awakened are too scared to fight on the front lines. He even admits that before his regression, he was just planning to sell Odin's eye and live a life of luxury. What a glow-up. Yu-jung gushes about Seung-jun being totally qualified to be her role model. I don't think she really cares about that, our boy mutters. Yu-jung tells him to stop being a buzzkill. Jae-hyun just says, forget it, I have somewhere to be. Yu-jung panics, asking what she's supposed to do. He deadpans, he hopes she has a good sense of direction. Savage. He quickly cracks a smile. I'm joking, I already called your mom, she'll be here soon. Relieved, she offers him a ride, but he's already got to bounce. He turns, dropping a bombshell. Oh, right, I changed my career path to magic. He casually asks her to teach him the theories later, leaving her completely stunned. She's speechless. As he walks away, she shouts after him, demanding to know why he changed and why he didn't tell her sooner. Left on red. She's left behind, tearing up. You're actually leaving me here? Meanwhile, Jae-hyun is on a mission, scanning the area. He's sure he saw her go this way. He spots his target, a man in a suit, on the phone next to a black limousine. VIP protection, probably. With a slight smile, he walks toward the man. Game on. The man on the phone seems to be security. I'm sorry, but she's not taking any fan presents right now, he states. Jae-hyun steps up with a friendly smile. I've come to meet director Yu Sung-un. The man sighs, clearly thinking Jae-hyun is just another crazy fan. Happens every day. He tries to brush him off. Look here, there's a line you shouldn't cross, even if you're a fan. But Jae-hyun just keeps smiling. It's not for that sort of reason, he insists. He leans in, his smile turning sharp. I know that director Yu Sang-jun is suffering from an untreatable disease. Boom. The man's eyes widen in shock. Jae-hyun's smile is razor thin as he delivers the final blow. I can cure that disease for her. The aide is completely floored, a bead of sweat running down his face. His jaw is on the floor. His shock instantly turns to pure rage. Panic mode activated. He grabs Jae-hyun by the collar, screaming, "You! Where did you hear about that?" Jae-hyun stays calm, simply telling him he shouldn't be making such a scene. Just then a voice from the car calls out, "Sung-jae, wait." Uh-oh, boss lady heard. Yu Seong-gun herself looks out from the car, her expression unreadable. "Can you take responsibility for what you just said?" she asks Jae-hyun. With a confident smirk, Jae-hyun reaffirms his bold claim. "Of course, I can cure your disease." Yu Seong-gun considers his words. A lie would be exposed quickly, but his sheer confidence gives her pause. What's his secret? She wonders if this kid has some kind of hidden ace up his sleeve. She turns to her aide. "How much time until our next appointment?" He answers, surprised, 2 hours. With a pleasant smile, Sung-un invites Jae-hyun to join them. "Let's go somewhere quieter, too many eyes here." Now in a private room, she gestures for him to take a seat, and he politely accepts. The interrogation begins. Seong-gun cuts right to the chase, leaning forward. "Well, first things first, how do you know about my disease?" Jae-hyun plays hardball. He refuses to say, adding a condition, "I could tell you, but I will not treat you if I do." Talk about leverage. Seong-gun is amused by his audacity. What a gutsy boy. Well, alright, she concedes, ready for her next question. She respects the hustle. And next, how will you treat me? Jae-hyun doesn't hesitate. "I'm going to copy your sacrifice skill." Seong-gun is speechless, and Sung-jae absolutely loses it. Total rage quit. There's no reason to listen to this any longer. He roars, slamming the table. He furiously asks if Jae-hyun has any idea what sacrifice is. It's her unique skill. That's next level, bro. He demands to know how Jae-hyun plans to copy a skill when they don't even know the formula for it. Logic. Where's the cheat code? A unique skill is a tier above S rank, obtainable only through bloodline inheritance or as a personal manifestation. Basically, super rare loot. Unlike other skills, their formulas can't be deciphered. Therefore, they cannot be copied. That's the hard rule. Jae-hyun calmly dismisses the conventional wisdom. That is the societal view of it. Please calm down. Sung-yeon cuts in. "Sung-jae, it's not too late to decide after hearing him out. Give the kid a chance." She turns back to Jae-hyun, a curious smile playing on her lips. "You're saying you'll heal me with my own sacrifice skill. Is that right?" "Yes," Jae-hyun confirms. He explains that to heal a skill penalty, you need an equal or higher ranked skill. It's simple game theory. And since sacrifice is a unique skill that can't heal its own user, his method is literally the only way. A certified loophole. A skill is a literal sacrifice of one's life force to a god, making it impossible for her to use that power for herself. Song-un's smile fades, replaced by a serious expression. A golden aura begins to envelop her. "Okay, then prove it." Sung-jae yells out in alarm as Senya manifests a ball of pure golden healing energy in her hands. Power flex time. It's all going according to plan. This is what you call big brain moves. He pulls out his blank card, and the system prompts if he wants to register the sacrifice skill. He accepts without a moment's hesitation. Yes. A system alert confirms it. Sacrifice has been successfully registered to the blank card. Achievement unlocked. Noticing their disbelief, he decides to give them a demonstration. "I guess I should gain your trust first." The system announces the activation of his newly acquired skill. A brilliant golden light erupts in his own hand. Absolute power. Sung-un and Sung-jae stare, their faces a mask of pure shock. They are stunned. Jae-hyun closes his fist around the glowing energy, his grin widening. "Now, shall we begin the negotiation?" What a Chad. And the system drops the ultimate mic. Because he used a blank card, Jae-hyun gets the sacrifice skill with 0 zip, no life-draining penalties. Bro literally just broke the game. Upper hand? Check. Jae-hyun just leans back with a smug smirk, ready to flex. So, he starts. Yu Sung-yeon, ever the pro, cuts right to it. "What exactly do you want from our guild?" She knows this kid's got the ultimate leverage. He can cure her. Talk about a power play. But still, he's just a kid, right? A middle schooler negotiating with the head of the #1 guild? Interesting. Jae-hyun drops his bomb. "I want you to be my sponsor." Plain and simple. Sung-yeon, processing it, clarifies. "Sponsor you to grow as a raider? Is that the deal?" He confirms. For his big dreams, he needs the whole package. Money, connections, basically the works. And he wants the Lotus Guild to provide. She agrees, surprisingly fast. "Alright, if you've got this much audacity, you're worth investing in." She praises his skills, but then drops the bomb. "I have a condition though. Jaehyun notes her icy composure. She's not even sweating even though he's literally her last hope. Total boss move. Songgun just grins. A condition? Yes, a condition. She points out the obvious. Her disease is personal. But he's asking for the whole Lotus Guild's backing. Not exactly a fair trade. Jaehyun gets it. She thinks he's asking too much. Very well, he smiles. I'll decide after I hear your condition. He knows the real score. She's the one who stands to lose everything if he walks away. Thinking he won't refuse, Seongyeon hits him with a curveball. Do you already have a guild in mind? Jaehyun's jaw drops. What? Wait, is she trying to recruit him? Right now? This is next level. Are you serious? He asks, still reeling. Of course, she replies, a sly grin playing on her lips. I don't joke about serious business. Seongyeon leans back chill and starts listing her reasons for this wild offer. First, she starts, holding up a finger. You sniffed out my top secret disease. That info gathering skill? It's next level, kid. Jaehyun sweats a little. Yeah, he gathered info because he regressed, but that's a secret for another time. Second, she says, 2 fingers up. You copied my unique skill. That's literally unheard of. Your potential is just broken. Jaehyun, intrigued, asks, okay, but is there a third reason? Yes, she says, turning serious. The third one's the real kicker. She leans in, casually lifting his chin. Third, she purrs, you're not nervous at all, even facing me. A kid like you, you've got serious charm. She pulls back, smiling. Don't you think that's enough to recruit you? Jaehyun considers it. Past life, the Lotus Guild crashed after Sunggun got sick. But now, they're number 1. This could seriously fast-track his whole game plan. Then he raises a valid point. A guild contract with a minor? That's like illegal, right? Sunggun just smiles. Ever heard of the right of priority negotiation? Jaehyun's eyes just go wide. Mind blown. This is an OP privilege. A guild can sponsor a prodigy before adulthood, giving them first dibs on signing them later. It's only for the giga-talented geniuses. He still can't believe it. Before he regressed, he couldn't even get into a bottom-tier guild. Now this. Seeing his dazed face, Seonggun smiles. He's still got a cute kid side. Give me your address, I'll mail the contract. Think it over. Jaehyun snaps back to reality. I'll heal you first. Cool offer, but that's a later problem. First, the healing. Then I'll begin, he says, hands hovering. She closes her eyes. I'll leave it to you. Her aide Sungjae watches from the doorway, looking very unhappy. Then a brilliant golden light explodes from Jaehyun's hand. Sungjae can't deny his eyes. It's real. He remembers all the failed healers, the doctors, the endless search. This disease shouldn't be curable. Not like this. Jaehyun activates sacrifice. A torrent of golden healing energy pours from his hands into Sungyeon. Bathed in warm light, her eyes widen. A tear streaks down her face. My body, it's being healed. It's working. Sungjae watches, sweating, in utter disbelief. Is this even possible? His mind is blown. His skepticism shatters. He bows 90 degrees to Jaehyun, apologizing for being a jerk, begging him to save his director. Jaehyun calmly reassures him, I'd be skeptical too. Sungjae vows to make it up to him. System notification, success, disease treated, and Jaehyun's first aid arts skill levels up. Bonus points, literally. With a confident smirk, Jaehyun pulls back his hand. All done, he says. Try moving around. Songgun slowly stands, walking toward a sunlit window, testing her body. She's whole. She raises her hand and shimmering golden butterflies, pure energy, flutter from her palm. Her skill is back. Overwhelmed, a tear rolls down her cheek. My symptoms, they're all gone. It's true, she's free. She thanks him deeply. But then she asks, did you suffer the life-draining penalty for that? System window confirms it, copied skills are penalty-free. Jaehyun just smirks. I'm good, you can just heal me if I ever need it. Total Chad move. Amused by his confidence, she smiles warmly. Okay, anytime. She hands him her card. Call me anytime, and think about that offer. Jaehyun takes the card but stops her before she leaves. Actually, I have an immediate request for you. Next day, a sleek black car rolls up and stops. Sungjae, still confused, probably is there, opening the car door for Jaehyun. What a glow-up. He leads Jaehyun to a massive tree with ornate doors in its trunk. This, Sungjae says, is our Lotus Guild's private dungeon. Jaehyun stares at the entrance, already scheming. Mill's Academy is a shark tank of geniuses. He needs to prepare. To survive that grind, there's one mission. With a confident smirk, Jaehyun affirms, I have to level up. Alright, so Sungjae is giving our boy the 411. He's even prepared a dungeon starter pack, some recovery potions, and all the essential dungeon clear tools. He even throws in a spare magic staff, like here's some guild member loot, just in case. Jaehyun snatches it, drops a quick thanks, but Sungjae's face, pure worry mode. Sungjae's all, dude, you sure about this solo run? Even E-rank dungeons are kinda sus if you go in alone. Jaehyun just shrugs, flashing that confident smirk, I just want to level up. Still not convinced, Sungjae pulls out his final boss level safety item. Jaehyun instantly clocks it, a warp stone. Sungjae spells it out. Break this bad boy, and poof, you're warped back to the entrance. He frames it as an apology for yesterday's cringe and a thank you for healing the director. 2 birds, 1 stone. With a subtle smile, Jaehyun pockets the gem and thanks him. No time to waste. He strides towards the shimmering blue dungeon portal. Let's go. He feels the magic vibe check. Yep, definitely E rank. This should be a walk in the park, right? Sungjae drops one last warning. Seriously, if anything goes sideways, pop that warp stone. Jaehyun just smiles back. Copy that. See ya later. Foot crosses the threshold, and a system alert pops up. Dungeon entry confirmed. Let the games begin. But then plot twist. The moment he's inside, something is not right. A sinister purple energy totally blows up around him. What the heck is happening? He shouts, absolutely blindsided. A system message flashes, totally unhelpful. Nornir system engaged. User will be yeeted to a new location. Then another screen confirms his new destination. Welcome to Helheimr's Field of the Dead. Yeah, that sounds not chill. Meanwhile, back at Lotus Guild HQ, Yuo Sunggun is deep in thought in her office. She's kinda wondering if Jaehyun will actually survive this dungeon mess. She remembers his crazy request yesterday to solo a low-ranked dungeon, just him. She knows a trainee soloing a dungeon, even a gifted one, is pretty much impossible. He's still basically just an unpolished gem. But why the solo mission? What are you cooking up, kid? She thinks. A knock snaps her out of it. Director, it's Park Hana. Seonggun calls her in. Park Hana, looking sharp in a black suit, steps into the office. Seonggun asks about the requested intel, and Hana hands over a file. Min Jae-yoon's profile. Ready for review, she says. Hana watches Seonggun read, thinking, wow. The director rarely scouts personally. This kid must be special. But then Seonggun hits the first line, and her eyes go wide. An aspiring martial artist? She looks up, totally floored. Then how did he even use that magic? She blurts. She snaps the file shut, her face now a blank canvas as she stares hard at Hana. Is this even real? Seonggun asks, barely breathing. Hana confirms it's legit, unless the system glitched. The file's intel is undeniable. Min Jae-yoon's magic aptitude is a mind-blowing 97%. Processing this bombshell, Seong-yoon grabs her phone. Sungjae, as soon as Min Jae-hyun exits that dungeon, call me immediately. She wants a face-to-face ASAP. She needs to see this crazy talent for herself. The plot thickens, folks. Back with Jae-hyun, the system's wild teleportation finally drops him. He's violently yeeted from a swirling vortex. He crashes hard onto the frozen ground, letting out a yelp. Ouch. He pushes up, finding himself in a desolate, snow-covered graveyard under a super pale moon. This is not the E-rank dungeon he signed up for. The teleportation has him totally dizzy and coughing. He grits his teeth, scoping out the eerie scene. What in the actual heck is going on? Before he can even process, a cloaked skeleton pops out of the dark woods, packing a massive bow. Talk about a jump scare. One fluid motion, it knocks a glowing arrow, aiming straight for his head. The arrow zips past his face, lightning fast, slicing his neck and drawing blood as he desperately dodges. He turns, and there it is, a cloaked, skeletal archer, its bony grin basically screaming, "You're dead meat." The skeleton knocks another arrow, the tip glowing with a faint, super ominous light. The hit landed. He clutches his neck, grimacing. Is this paralysis poison? He wonders. Already over it, he mutters, annoying as he activates his healing skill. But more ghouls are crawling out of the ground. Then a swirling vortex of dark purple magic erupts. Jaehyun watches warily, staff ready. Out of the dark energy, a massive undead warrior stomps out, eyes glowing malevolent blue. Suddenly, another arrow zips, aimed right for his face. Are they trying to collect his head, or what? But this time, he's prepared. Lightning reflexes, he snatches it midair. Ugh, seriously? He mutters, bro is done. A manic grin spreads across his face, clutching that arrow. Yeah, he's officially over it. This is driving me nuts, he declares. While Jaehyun's losing his cool, let's check in with Yu Jung. She's straight up fuming in bed, staring at her Yu Seongwon poster. She's got that death glare, thinking, Min Jae-hyun, if you show up, I will literally end you. Pillow gets a beatdown as she rages about him ditching her. Seriously, he knows she's navigation challenged. I just can't with this dude, she groans, flopping back like a deflated balloon. Flashback time. She remembers Jaehyun always saying he hates crowds. So why did he go along with her for that speech? And he always walked her home. Now he just ghosted her. Rude. Oh, and he's transferring to magic class? What is this dude even doing? Bro was a martial arts enthusiast, always grinding with his staff. This switch better be worth all that past effort. Seriously. Jaehyun is Mr. Indecisive. Takes like 10 minutes just to pick a menu item. But suddenly it's like he's a completely different person. She angrily texts him, don't think I forgot you left me. I'll kill you if you show up. Miles away in a super gloomy dungeon, Jaehyun's got more pressing matters to attend to. He shivers. Is it the monsters or Yu Jung's wrath? You decide. He quickly scans 4 wraiths. Not ideal. Plus a skeleton archer and a draugr. This ain't just a random mob, it's a full party. A wild grin. I'm supposed to solo this, he wonders. At least he's got the Lotus Guild starter staff. Better than nothing, right? He channels magic. The staff orb glows brilliant blue. Let's go. Quick lore drop. He's in Helheimr, the Norse world of the dead, ruled by Loki's daughter Hel. Intense stuff. These dungeons are based on 7 of the 9 Norse worlds, excluding Midgard and Asgard. Think Niflheim or ice and Muspelheim or fire. Basically, elemental chaos. Also Jotunheimr, home of giants, and Alfheimr for elves. Classic fantasy settings. Then there's Svartalfheimr, dark elves, and Vanaheimr, Vana gods. We're getting the full tour. And Helheimr, it's the coldest, darkest place. Big yikes. Beginners get wrecked here. Undead enemies just keep reviving unless you have divine skills. Talk about a hard mode. Jaehyun is actually happy. Nah, this is perfect. Helheimr is my new testing ground. You see, his unique skill, Sacrifice, is usually a healing spell. But against undead, it flips into an attack skill, Judgment of Light, a total game changer. Basically an AoE nuke for undead hordes, super clutch. Draugr lunges. Jaehyun preps his counter. No flashy skill yet, he just smashes his staff into the Draugr's shield, sending it flying. He thinks I'm not relying on that specific attack just yet. Interesting strategy. Instead, he blasts a wraith with golden energy, instantly vaporizing it. Bye-bye, Ghosty. Ding, 70 XP. Then the remaining wraiths swarm him. Why is he doing this? Well, he currently has no experience as a battle mage, and wants to use this as his training ground. He spins staff glowing with divine energy, slicing through more monsters. 2 more wraiths down, 140 XP. He lands with a confident grin. Can't pass up an opportunity like this, he thinks. He feels it's totally doable at his level. Suddenly, a skeleton archer zings an arrow at him. He whips his staff, deflecting the arrow with a sharp crack. But oh no, the staff shatters from the impact. Well, that's a fail. 50 XP acquired, but also your entry-level staff is broken. Seriously? His only weapon just snapped. Sweating, he realizes his huge problem. He's always been a martial artist. So he has zero clue how mages actually fight. Like, do they even hit things? Now he realizes his mistake. He was taking it too lightly, and now he's got a broken stick. Great. Okay, fine. Time to bring out the big gun. A pillar of golden light erupts as he activates Sacrifice. Golden light pours down. System detects undead, and Sacrifice transforms into Judgment of Light. Big boom. That holy energy totally incinerates the Draugr. Poof. 100 XP. Nice. It doesn't stop, wiping out another wraith too. 70 more XP. Level up. Let's go. He collapses from the exertion, but level up bonus kicks in, restoring full health. He smiles. Perfect timing. That was almost super dangerous. He reflects on Judgment of Light's insane power. An S-rank skill isn't just copy-paste. You need mage skills to wield it. Next time, he might not be so lucky. He wonders if this was some sort of transfer dungeon, but nah, the Lotus Guild would have warned him of that. So it was probably the Nornir system's doing. Annoying. He sighs. Should he just use the warp stone and dip? Just as he considers it, a chill runs down his spine. Not a good sign. What is this mana? He whips his head around. Something massive is coming. The pressure is suffocating. I can't breathe, he gasps. Something's coming towards him. He grips his broken staff. One thing is crystal clear. If I don't dip now, I'm dead meat. He grits his teeth, forcing himself to his feet, ready to bolt. He claps a hand over his mouth. Absolute silence is key. Peeking out, he sees it. A colossal, terrifying figure wrapped in red energy looms. Is it a shadow? Nope. System confirmed. Dungeon boss Nightshade has spawned. Talk about a bad spawn. It gets worse. The level difference is dangerous. That's not just a warning, folks. System flashes escape the dungeon quickly. He's way outmatched. He frantically calls inventory, summoning his warp stone. He grabs the glowing blue gem, his only escape from this nightmare. But then the Nightshade lunges to attack, and the stone flies out of Jaehyun's hand. Uh-oh, not good. He made it, but barely. System warns HP critically low. He's barely hanging on. But the boss is still right there, towering over him, winding up for another hit. He's cornered. No escape this time. He closes his eyes, accepting the inevitable. Suddenly the attack stops. Nightshade's claw is frozen inches from his face. A calm female voice echoes, "No, that's not allowed." "He's someone I brought here myself," she says, floating above him. "An important guest." "It's you," she smiles, revealing horns and a demonic claw. The one destined to be the adversary. Yep, she's pointing right at Jaehyun, declaring him the adversary. Jaehyun, looking like he just wrestled a garbage truck, can only stare, totally clueless about this horned lady. He asks if she's his knight in shining armor, but she just scoffs like he said something wild. She's like, "Hold up, I thought the adversary was supposed to be the one taking down bosses, not almost getting clapped." Then she grabs his chin, her demonic hand all glowy purple, cause why not? She sizes him up. Just a kid, average build, decent mana, but not enough to even survive a tutorial boss, bro. She's legit confused why Loki would pick this dude to be the adversary. Jaehyun's fading fast, thinking he's hallucinating from all the blood loss. Like, is this real life? Sharp black nails dig into his throat. POV, you're Jaehan, and you're thinking, is this really it? Nope, not today, Grim Reaper. He's not going out like this. His whole revenge arc against his dad, his mage dreams, all of it about to get nuked. He has to clutch up, no matter what. His fierce resolve actually kinda amuses her. Still, she purrs, I do like that look in your eyes. She leans in close, rocking a full-on predatory grin. Then the mic drop. But child, you're far too weak. She warns him the end is coming fast, so he better hit the gym and level up, ASAP. Her grip tightens, forcing a pained gasp out of him. Not exactly encouraging. She warns him, if he fails and hell comes again, she's personally gonna zero out his HP. Jaehyun is absolutely shook. Who is this chaotic evil goddess? Her tone softens just a tad. You're important to us, she says, so I'll throw you a bone. The challenge? Simple. Get strong. Defeat the Nightshade. Easy, right? He promises some OP loot if he pulls it off. But plot twist, he's on a timer. The first main quest drops, Hell's Trial. Hell gives him the deets. Beat the Nightshade in 2 months. Good luck, soldier. The quest window confirms it. Difficulty C. Reward, Hell's Gift. Fail penalty, permadeath. As Hell phases out into dark energy, she drops one last chilling warning. Don't forget, if I catch you slacking, you die by my hand. No respawns. Her final words echo. Chosen child of the Nornir, may your grind be successful. Then, the whole scene glitches out like a bad internet connection. A new golden light appears, and a different, mysterious female figure reaches out. Jaehyun wakes with a gasp, and he's suddenly back at the dungeon entrance. Talk about fast travel. He checks himself over. All the battle damage is gone. Dude's thinking, yeah, she was definitely not human. Pulls up the quest window. Nope, definitely not a fever dream. So the woman he just met? Turns out she's Hel, the actual goddess of death who runs Helheimr. He's in total disbelief. Did he just meet a literal goddess? He remembers her dropping those adversary and Loki's choice bombs. He even remembers the Nornir system calling him something similar when he first respawned. Everything's a mystery. Why the regression? What's with this adversary stuff? And what a goddess wants from him? So many unanswered questions. Amidst the chaos, one thing is crystal clear. He has to get stronger, no cap. Because if Hell wasn't capping, the moment he stops improving, she's definitely gonna end him. Taking down the Nightshade in 2 months? Not gonna be easy, but hey, at least he has a clear objective now. Things are still kinda trash right now. As a mage, his skills are totally cooked. He's not used to mage combat, and he doesn't even know basic spells yet. He realizes to actually ascend, he's gotta go back to the absolute basics. No shortcuts. Just as he's about to hit up Yoo Sung-un, a text from her aide Park Sung-jae pops up instead. Turns out Yoo Sung-un wants his answer on the contract tomorrow. Jae-han smiles. This is some main character timing. Quickly taps out a reply, agreeing to meet and sounding super optimistic about the deal. With a sly grin, he adds one tiny condition. You know he's cooking something. He'll sign, but only if she does him one more favor. Next day, Jae-han rolls up to the massive, super modern Lotus Guild HQ. Pretty swanky. As planned, Sung-jae is waiting to meet him. On time, as always. Jae-han already knows why they're simping to recruit him. His insane awakened profile and 97% magic aptitude. Those are some broken stats, folks. That kind of talent is practically unheard of globally. We're talking legendary tier. He flashes back to his past life where he became a martial arts raider despite being totally unfit. Why? Pure indecisiveness. Back then, everyone, especially the media, was all about martial arts, totally dissing mages. Caught in the hype, he made the wrong call. Internally, he's throwing shade at the media for misleading everyone. Sung-jae leads him into a vast, sterile white room where a calm voice just says, "You're here." Standing center stage is Yoo Sung-un, looking sharp in a sleek black training suit. She gives him a knowing smirk. "I've been waiting for you," she says. Jae-han steps into the Lotus Guild's super sleek office, meeting Guildmaster Yoo Sung-un with a confident swagger. Sung-un brings up the contract, and even Jae-han has to admit the offer is ridiculously generous. Bro is cooking up a deal. They're talking living subsidies, an endless supply of B-rank gear, and an 80/20 profit split in his favor. Sheesh. He knows this contract is built different. A rank perks for a noob? Wild. But hold up, he's got a condition. You already know he's playing 4D chess. Sung-un just vibes. Spill the tea, she basically says, completely unfazed. Jae-han gets to business. You've checked my profile, right? He's barely been a mage for a month. Total noob status, he reminds her. Sung-un just nods. She knows. Then he drops the mic, with Park Sung-jae looking on. My condition? I want you, Guildmaster, to personally teach me magic. Sung-un's gaze sharpens. Intriguing. Our guy knows the game. Always play your ace when it hits hardest. Total Chad move. Sung-jae is shook, asking an S rank, a literal goat for one-on-one lessons. Who is this kid? Jae-han pushes. Agree to train me, and the priority contract's signed. Sung-un laughs. Interesting, it's a deal. She's interested anyway. Jaehan looks forward to working with her. Looks like a match made in heaven. But wait, there's a catch. First, a talent check. Cool? Jaehan saw this coming. Guild's gotta verify the hype, right? Sungjir sees Sungun's mischievous look. He knows it's about to get real. Jaehan asks what she's cooking. Snap. Sungun's got a plan. Whoa! Blue mana explodes, filling the whole room. Mana cube, she states. A swirling vortex of raw power materializes. Endure it. Jaehan's eyes go wide. A mana cube? That's B ranker training tech. Not for noobs. Sungun teases. True talent handles this much. But for a new mage, this is peak difficulty. Only 7% of mages can clear this. Can he do it? Right now? Trying to scare me, he calls her out. Classic Jaehan. She laughs. No risk, she promises. Contract still on, even if he flops. But his pride, that's on the line. No turning back. Fail or not, he's going in. Sungun tells Sungjae to prep the cube. Sungjae hesitates. You sure about this? Reminds her, even pros struggle. This kid is a newbie. Sungun just shrugs. He look normal to you? Worth a shot? Sighing, Sungjae activates it. The mana cube ignites, a blinding sphere of power. Jaehan stares, memories of his past life flooding back. The mana feels even stronger now. Ready? Sungun asks. Good luck. Deep breath. Resolve set. Jaehan steps right into the swirling mana vortex. Cube seals. Sungjae's worried. He's still just a kid after all. Sungun's confidence? Unshaken. He's got this, she says. Sungjae asks why she's so sure. Intuition, she replies. Classic guildmaster moves. She watches the cube, guessing his escape time. Inside, Jaehan's floating in a mana ocean, a literal sea of blue energy. Good news, he can breathe. Mana addiction is no joke after all. No time to chill. First priority, find the exit. Flashback, past life intel. Find the real exit among endless mana whirlpools. Eyes closed, he tunes into the mana. Gotta feel the wavelengths. Somewhere in this chaotic mana soup, there's an exit. Scanning the watery chaos, his eyes snap open. Something's off. Unnatural vibes. He spins around to investigate. Center of a vortex. A glowing crystal. What's this loot drop? The magic power is wild. It's like the entire cube's mana bottled up. Meanwhile, back in the training room, Sungun's chilling. He'll be fine, she tells Sungjae. Sungjae thinks that's a reach. But let's be real, Jaehan's been kinda OP. He asks for a time prediction. Sungun reveals her record. 40 minutes, nation's fastest. Sungjae has two theories for this dude. Either he's trapped forever, or he's breaking records. Sungun agrees, adding, no injuries though. Sungjae nods. Then, Sungun's calm face, gone. Pure shock. She gasps, Sungjae oppa, look. He whips around, eyes wide. Total disbelief. The mana cube, it's cracking. Like cracking. He can barely speak. A crack in the mana cube? Sungjae frantically checks the timer. Only 10 minutes have passed. 10. They stare at the fracturing cube. What in the actual mana is happening inside? Meanwhile, inside the now cracking mana cube, Jaehan's just vibing in a swirling vortex. He feels this crazy power from a crystal at its core. He instantly gets that this crystal is the cube's entire power source. A sly grin stretches across his face. Our boy's got plans. Forget finding an exit, bro is just going to dismantle the entire thing. He rushes the crystal with zero hesitation. He snags the glowing artifact mid-air and with a literal surge of power just crushes it in his hand. Pop. The entire magical space shatters around him as a system notification pops up like it's no big deal. Boom! He's just acquired a brand new passive skill, Crystal of Mana Operation. Talk about a good haul. As the magic dust settles, Sungjae and Sungun just stare at the utterly demolished training area. They are flabbergasted. My god, Sungjae mutters, his brain doing a full reboot. He knows the Mana Cube's stats are brutal. Only about 7% of mages ever even escape this thing. Most folks need over 3 hours. Meanwhile, Jaehan just casually brushes his hair back, completely unbothered by the chaos he created. Sungjae keeps calculating. A ranks need 90 minutes, and even an S rank takes at least 30 minutes. The fastest was Camilla, Europe's literal prodigy, who clocked in at 36 minutes. But Jaehan just absolutely shattered that record by a full 26 minutes. What a flex. Sungjae rushes over, grabbing Jaehan's hands. Dude, you're amazing. You escaped in just 10 minutes. Jaehan just looks utterly confused. Huh? 10 minutes? Yu Sung-un, who is never this expressive, walks up, her face intense. Min Jae-hun, how were you able to escape so fast? He just shrugs like it's nothing. I found some crystal in the cube, so I broke it. Sungun's eyes widen in disbelief. What? You broke the crystal? Mind races a million miles an hour. That crystal is the entire mana supply for the cube. No normal awakened should even find it, let alone shatter it. The implication is wild. If he broke it, his own mana capacity is probably bigger than the entire freaking cube itself. A huge, confident grin spreads across her face. Min Jae-hyun, she says, extending a hand. Bet on the Lotus Guild. I swear on my name, I'll make you the greatest mage this world has ever seen. She gives him a sly, knowing look. I hope you're ready for the grind. Meanwhile, Yoo-jung and Jaehan's mom are waiting outside the apartment. Yoo-jung's complaining that Jaehan is super late and ghosting her calls. Suddenly, a sleek black Rolls-Royce pulls up. Jaehan calmly steps out like he just got a free Uber. They are floored. Isn't that a super expensive car? Why is Min Jae-hyun coming out of it? Jaehan waves goodbye. They're seriously wondering if bro just joined a cult or something. Later in his room, an annoyed Yoo-jung confronts him. You know, best friend duties. He asks if he's actually transferring to the magic class. He confirms it, saying he's totally over martial arts. Yoo-jung calls him out, reminding him he was just trash-talking magic days ago. Have you gone completely feral? Jaehan just shrugs her off. Hey, people are fickle, you know? It's called growth. Her anger softens into real concern. She reminds him he chose martial arts just to avoid burdening his mom, since magic is difficult and totally not profitable. He cuts her off, clearly not wanting to talk about his sad backstory right now. He instantly changes the subject, asking why she's even at his house. She immediately flops onto his bed, announcing she's sleeping over. He doesn't get it, complaining why she'd ditch her huge mansion for his tiny pad. Like, seriously? The tea is, Yoo-jung's from a mega wealthy family. Her parents are always away on business, processing and selling demon byproducts. Gross, but profitable. Yeah, Yoo-jung was home alone a lot. Major sad vibes. Since Jaehan's mom and her parents were tight, she basically just ended up crashing at our place all the time. Our house, her second home. With a confident look, Jaehan changes the subject. Whatever, since I'm in magic class now, teach me magic theories, please. Yoo-jung turns to him, totally skeptical. Without getting anything in return, as if. What do you want? He asks, gesturing openly. You gotta spill the tea if you want something. Yoo-jung puts a finger to her lip, thinking hard. I haven't really thought about it yet. Suddenly, a mischievous glint appears in her eye. Oh, she's definitely cooking something up. A wish, she declares. You have to grant me any one wish, no takebacks. All right, Jaehyun agrees easily, but adds a condition. But it's only valid for a year. If you don't use it by then, it's gone. Poof. Hey, that's so petty, she complains, but quickly relents. Whatever, fine, you win this round. He gives a quiet, knowing grin to himself. She's probably gonna forget about it in a year anyway. Can't help but tease her. What kind of wish makes you look so serious? You look even uglier. Oh boy, wrong move, bro. What? You wanna die? She roars, remembering he totally ghosted her earlier. Okay, you're dead today. Consider yourself cancelled. She starts whacking him with the pillow as he protests. Hey, you can't just hit me because of that. Shut up. Just as the pillow fight hits peak intensity, Jaehyun's mom calls from behind the door. It's time to eat, kids. That voice stops them both cold in their tracks. Mom power is real, folks. But not for long. With a wild, chaotic grin, Yoo-jung brings the pillow down on him one last time for good measure. Jaehyun just laughs, blocking the hit with his arm. What a chill dude. Still, he thinks to himself, you know what? This actually doesn't feel too bad. Meanwhile, in a sun-drenched forest far, far away, a much more brutal scene is unfolding. A massive serpent lies totally dead, its head pierced by one clean, powerful strike. Chef's kiss. Standing over the carnage is a grim-faced man with black hair, his face splattered with blood and dirt. Our new chat is here. A hulking warrior in horned armor approaches him. Raider Min Sung-oh? That was an easy raid, all thanks to you. Sung-oh barely spares him a glance. I appreciate the compliment. Totally unenthused, by the way. Warrior presses on, clearly trying to recruit him. It'd be really nice if someone like you joined our guild. Would you be willing, maybe? Sung-oh's rejection is swift and final. I apologize, but I don't intend to join a guild right now. Hard pass. Nah, don't be like that, the warrior insists, grabbing his arm. The Scarlet Guild would treat you with the utmost. Sung-oh's eyes narrow into a cold, dangerous glare. Uh-oh, someone's about to get nerfed? With a faint, chilling look, he says, you're so pig-headed. Not a smile, folks. Definitely not a smile. Sinister purple energy erupts from Sung-oh, swirling around the warrior like creepy chains. That's a bad sign. Sung-oh's hand closes, and a bright red orb pulses menacingly within the dark energy. Spicy. He thinks to himself, murky and muddy. Greed, such a vulgar emotion. Okay, edgy much? Rather, a very human emotion. He pauses. No, humans aren't the only ones like this. Deep thoughts for a raid. The purple mist dissipates and the warrior just blinks in confusion. What even just happened? Completely bewildered, he stands over the dead monster and asks himself, what was I even doing here? Full memory wipe. Bro's power is wild. That's a wrap on this recap. Hit that subscribe button to help us keep pumping out awesome content. Catch you in the next one.